Welcome to the BrerHoneybadger channel, where we talk about patriotism, preparedness, shortages, inflation, and preparing yourself for the world that is coming. So currently, we have another shortage to add to the list, which was something that I did expect, but I didn't expect would be this bad. There's a firework shortage. It's currently June 11th. 4th of July is still 3.5 weeks out. But it's already looking bad. So here's the story. I was looking around news articles. I was going to buy fireworks. I was thinking a little bit ahead, just because I like to do that kind of stuff. And I was seeing news articles from a week ago coming out and saying that there's a fireworks shortage at some big supplier stores. So I thought, oh, all right. And I looked at my local stands in the area. They were putting out information online saying, fireworks shortage, stock up now. We won't have supplies. And there's a little bit of inflation with firework pricing too. So I said, oh, this is odd. Now, it looked like from the wording of it was odd. So I thought that these stands might be doing just a marketing technique, and they might just be saying, hey, come stock up now, we won't have supplies to last, just to get people to buy more fireworks. Totally a possibility. So I went yesterday, and I took a trip down to the local fireworks stand area. It's a little bit of a drive for me. And they weren't open yet, but they were setting up all the stands there. A bunch of stands get together in a big circle, sell fireworks. So I went around and I talked to all the people there for about an hour and made conversation with them and asked about stuff and checked the stock levels. And about 50% of the fireworks were not there. Half of these shelves were empty. So I went around and talked to people, and what they do is they order fireworks well in advance and ship them in. And even some of their well in advance orders did not come in. They buy from wholesalers in the area. The wholesalers did not have fireworks. They'd order a container. The container just wouldn't arrive. Some stands were not there this year because they ordered a container and it just never showed up. So they had no fireworks. There were others that were buying containers because sometimes you buy them in a container load, and they didn't know what was in the container, but they had to buy it. So the wholesalers come and they say, hey, we have these 2 containers. Take your pick. But you get what you see. They don't know what's in them. So you just got to hope that there's stuff in there that's actually good to sell and is worth its money. So these stands are setting up, and they're saying that they just don't know how much they're going to have. Right now, there's a shortage. It's a very large shortage. So what's probably going to happen this next week, going into June, we're already partway through June, but people are going to start going to these stands and realizing very quickly that there's a lot less fireworks than normal, and the prices are higher. They're going to stock up early, making the shortage worse. And by the time we get into this last week before the 4th of July, I think these stands are going to start to run bone dry. And those that do still have fireworks, the prices are going to be really high. And there's also just a shortage of different firework types. For instance, sparklers, I've heard of a shortage of those. There's certain types of Roman candles, bottle rockets, very niche fireworks. There's some fireworks they're not producing anymore. I don't know if you guys know much about fireworks, but there's the 3-inch big cakes, and they have the 9 tubes sticking out of them. It's a box on the bottom and tubes sticking out the top. They are not going to be producing those anymore in these Chinese factories at all. They're just not making them anymore. So there's some pretty big issues coming for the fireworks supply world. And in talking to these people who sell fireworks and make a lot of money doing it, this is a big part of their income. They were really frustrated and just, it was sad to see, because this is a lot of money to them. This is a good part of their income. And it's just being destroyed, and there's nothing they can do about it. They're lucky and they're happy that they have what they have right now. And the people who have good selection ordered way in advance. The ones that didn't, they're stuck with barely anything. It's going to be hard for them to operate. But regarding this, why I'm making this video is nobody's talking about this yet. The media has like 3 or 4 articles out on it. Nobody knows, because the fireworks stands are just opening up. Nobody's talking about this. Once people do start to talk about this, it's going to become mainstream very quick, like all shortages. And whether or not the shortage is 100% real right now, But we all know that when people start talking about a shortage, it gets way worse. Sometimes a shortage can be created just by word of mouth. There's no actual shortage, but just by people thinking there's a shortage, they go out and buy more and create a shortage. Now, this is a real shortage. And fireworks are something that's going to be pretty crazy this year. So when people start to talk about this shortage, it's going to get really bad and really evident. For that reason, I would highly recommend that you go and buy your fireworks now, and that you maybe even buy double so that you'll have some for next year. That's how bad it's getting. I cannot stress enough that when I was walking around these stands and talking to people, the shortage is really bad and it is evident. This is not just some little, we don't have what we like. They can't even get anything good at all. They're barely able to stock their shelves. And this is their point where they're supposed to have huge stockpiles. This is 3.5 weeks before 4th of July. If it's this bad now, a week before the 4th, we're not going to be seeing anything. And when people start to go out a couple days before, because 4th is on a Sunday this year, so when people go out on a Friday or Saturday to get all their fireworks, I think they're going to be hit with a rude awakening that there's none left. And that's just how it's going to be. So if you do want fireworks this 4th of July, stock up early. From what I've heard, these shortages are all across the United States. And it doesn't look good in general. So that would be my tip of advice. We're getting in real early with this warning. Please go stock up on these things if you want them. I think it will be well worth your while. I'll leave it at that. Thank you guys for watching. And if you enjoyed this tip and me bringing you this kind of news, like the video, subscribe to the channel, share this video so that we can also, if you have a friend who should be buying his fireworks now, send this to him or them and make sure they know. I'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.